Their biggest tools are fear and guilt. And so a lot of these topics are full of that. And so I'd say don't ever fall into that. Don't let, but just treat things as
That's a bit fucking
interesting.
scary, man.
Hmm.
Like I fall into fear on it.
Yeah, well, that's to that to me, that makes me question if it's fearful, well, is it the truth? Because the truth can be scary, but still it is fearful. Like, a lot of people would get fearful if they took everything on board. I can see that, which is why I don't know any of it's true. It's a theory, and sure, they make lots of good points, but all good theories do, right? You've got to have something to sort of reference.
And we can see that, like, definitely stuff is happening that's weird. Like, there's weird stuff happening.
Yeah,
And the news won't cover all of it. Like, who watches it? I didn't even fucking watch the news, but like, that it's not covered deliberately
mm.
because they don't want people to build a whole picture of that. There's lots going on, so you get very
Yeah, for
isolated
sure. Yeah,
reports of
yeah,
what's happening.
yeah, and every news across the world, every news station tells the same news. It all comes from the same place. But I mean, my view is everything's energy, right? Where energy attracts like energy, all this kind of stuff. So I believe we're all creators and we can manifest. So to me, it's like if we are the ultimate creators of reality, which I think we are, like to the point where I think this is what education is. Like that's why they teach us what a house is, what a bird is, what a dog is, what a car is, so that when we see, energy similar to that, we see like we're projecting that image because you actually see inside your head. You don't see outside. It's all done inside your brain or your mind. So, if we're creating them, then what's this kind of information and fear and guilt going to create? Like if we all focus on, yes, there's a reset coming, do we create it? If we believe that there's something better coming or different, can we recreate something that is in there? Can we create something new? That's where I sort of like to sit, is that we've got the power ultimately, and they're just deceiving us that we don't. And whatever they get us to focus on, we put our energy into, right? And we create it. I think that's what the whole scam is, that they can't create, so they need us to create what they want. So that's why they put all this crap on TV and get people scared and fearful, and oh my God, this is happening, and oh my God, this is happening,
Yeah.
and that helps to create it, or completely creates it. So
So yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. And I would like now to see some evidence of the power of the human being. And then you've got like this idea like, well, what if all the cows in the world, what if all the cows and pigs in the world just decided that they'd had enough, and that, the real power is with them because they're the one that feeds us. The real power is with them. They're the ones that are closer to nature. I can see how you could see how we think about it, that cows could also think on the same level about, about their situation and us.
sure.
Like,
And they're
so I don't
huge.
know.
Like if they decided to turn around and trample people, like they could. To me, it's all to do with manipulation and mind control, and getting us to believe certain things because we ultimately create them then. But I mean, also, whatever the situation, I think those who wish to rule us, whatever they're planning, is not good for us. Whether it be cataclysms, whether it be AI takeover, whether it be just flat out depopulation, whatever the agenda is, we still need to wake up and join together, and realize that we're the power and we're different to them. And maybe that's a caste thing, right? Maybe that's a good way to look at it. The people that we can't see, or talk to or get contact with, and the ones that are just put out there in our face all the time, we've got to stop following them and hoping that they're the ones that are going to change it, because they're not us, man. They're not, and they never have. Now, we've never got
Yeah.
any evidence for any of these people that have put up changing anything. From the civil rights in America, what did that change? In Australia, that they're putting all the native, artwork everywhere, and they play these things, and every time you land on a plane, it's like this is, the native lands of this tribe, but it doesn't help the natives at all. They're as bad or worse than they were 20 years ago. So we get all this stuff, but nothing in the system ever works, ever comes to any conclusion or changes anything. And I think ultimately that's what we need to do is we need to understand that and go, well, we need to change it. We need to do something
But
different.
they are saying that there's no way for us to change it. The system is designed for it not to be possible to move past the caste system.
I don't believe that.
Have you got any evidence of it being possible? I don't.
I mean, the only
But
way it's going to work is if everyone decides that they're taking them out, like the story we get from France, which probably isn't true. The 1700s when they got all the royals and beheaded them and took over.
But that wasn't us. I mean,
Well, it was
it
the
may
French
have been
people
taught,
beheaded.
maybe,
Yeah.
Campbell, but you shouldn't believe any of that.
No, like I said, I don't know if it's true, but that's the kind of thing that needs to happen. Is everyone needs to stand up against the hierarchies,
But then they'll descend
and then
their
not let
massive
them,
power.
and then understand that they can't ever give their power away again. As soon as someone else comes in going, I'm here to do this, and I'm going to rule you, and I'm going to give you this, then they need to go on the gallows as well.